Good evening, everyone. Today, another coffee rant with Danno. So, this is going to be a short video. I'm not going to go on and on. I know this is the second video that I've put out in one day, but I want to talk about manufacturers. We've been complaining a lot about grocery stores, and I think the one thing that we're getting a lot more feedback on are manufacturers that are skirting around products. They're lying. They're telling you things. I mean, really, it's not a lie. This does weigh 14.5 ounces, right? Same as it always has. Actually, it used to weigh 15 ounces, but that was a long time ago. So, you guys have seen me point this one out a lot on the channel. I have a pretty good stock on these, and I'm almost wishing that I wouldn't have. This is why we have to be careful things we buy. This has a best if used by date, January 13th, 2025. So, one thing we've been talking a lot about on the channel, what you guys have been talking a lot about, is how these products, these canned goods, are having a lot of extra water that they've never had in them. Hear that? Hear that? So for lunch today, okay, as I was trying to respond to as many comments as I could, for lunch today I had one of these. I was pretty excited about it, had my Ritz crackers ready, and I poured it out. I haven't had one in a long time. It's probably been a few months, a couple months. And I noticed it then. I kind of took me back. I was like, you know, there's something different about this. What is different is that there's hardly any ingredients. There's no chicken, hardly. There's a little. Very few noodles. It is mostly water. It is mostly all water. And this is what I want to talk about in tonight's little rant with Danno. Had to bust out the strong coffee tonight. This is the Starbucks Pike's Place. Oh, you know, and I've seen a lot of comments on this lately on our channel. A lot of them from certain stores. And I'd like for you to let me know down in the comments, since we are strictly talking about this today. What products have you noticed that are shrinking in size? And I don't mean the cans, right? Because this is what they need to fool you. This is what they need to fool you, that it's the same size can. Now, mind you, this used to be 15 ounces, but it's been a couple years since that was the case. It hasn't been the case for the last 6 or 7 months, because I have ones that I have, you know, as I stock these, I move them forward. All the ones that I've moved forward are the older ones. I've gone through a lot of those and happened to grab this one, which was one that I stocked up on Dollar General the other day. The ones that I had from last year are still full. They're still good. That's why I recommend this product. And I'm getting real sick of recommending things on my channel here that is getting, that they're lying. They're lying. They're, you know, with the toilet paper and stuff like that. I still have this sitting here, by the way. Everybody who saw that, look at that. This toilet paper, which I used to always recommend, the Kroger toilet paper. I don't anymore. They changed it. They changed it. It's more money and it's less quality. Now, we've been seeing these little beauties go up in price everywhere except for Dollar General. And I've been saying this with some of the videos of us shopping at Dollar General. I always say this is the best place to buy them, for $1. I will never pay more than $1 for these. I probably won't even buy them anymore. Yeah, because this was the one that I paid for $1. This can right here is one of the ones. Now, I had a can that I got from Dollar General. Didn't move it out of our case of things. And I noticed that it was very light. And I did notice a couple months ago that there wasn't as much too. And you start thinking to yourself, well, for $1, it's worth it. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is something I've always liked, the Kitchen Classic soups. And, you know, we went over this when we were talking about the Healthy Choice soups. I used to get the Healthy Choice all the time. Now that they're $1.25 at Dollar Tree, I don't buy them anymore. But that's not the main reason. The main reason is because I was buying them and they've changed their ingredients. They change their ingredients. It is not the same. It does not taste the same. The broth, and I've tried several. I had several that I did end up eating. I didn't waste them. I won't waste these. I'll dress them up nice. I'll add more noodles if I have to. Anything I can do to have a cheap meal. But Guys, I don't know. And these are the things that we need to get out here as far, because a lot of people have been talking about canned vegetables. A lot of canned vegetables have been, have a lot more water in them. We've had complaints with Great Value, which I haven't noticed any with Great Value. I do have some complaints with Meijer. Meijer has pulled one here, and Kroger has had less in theirs. And again, let me know any products that you've noticed a lot less, anything that is shrinkflated. Sometimes shrinkflation just doesn't apply to like a bag of well, it applies to everything these days. I feel like I feel like we're slowly, not only are we paying more, because they throw us off guard. This is nothing, it's all trickery. It is all trickery. We talk about this all the time on the channel. From the stickers that are color-coded to trick your eyes and to look in a different direction. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you a story here, and I'll tell you what. I wasn't going to talk about this because it really does make me feel like I don't want to say a moron, but for someone who does this for a living, Kroger duped me the other day, and it's my fault. It's my fault, right? And I could have got it right and everything, but we had so many things we had to do, and, you know, I'll just go into it here, okay? So, you guys know how we like the Nature Valley bars. All of those are on that buy 3, save $2 each deal, or most of them. The only two that weren't on that deal, Jessica wanted to try the chocolate dipped ones. I've had them before. They're pretty good, but I'm not going to pay $6 for them. That's ridiculous. So, all of the Nature Valley bars that were on sale for that buy 3, save $2 was on that deal, except for the chocolate and the peanut butter. And I was like, you know what? I'll get the chocolate. I'm going to try the peanut butter too for that price. You know, I was like, that's a good price. We weren't going in there for a lot of stuff, but I wanted to make sure that I had enough to get the buy 3, save $2 deal. So, what ended up happening was I was struggling at the end to find that third deal. Struggling to find that third product. Because it was like they didn't really have anything that we needed. So I went and bought another one of those nuts and grape juice bottles. Because that's a good deal. And I was like, I really like that. I wanted the blueberry, but they were completely sold out of the blueberry. I swear, I think somebody was watching the video and went and bought all that blueberry juice. That's okay. I'll try it someday. But, they had the grape, so I got the grape. We went in line, and it had showed that I had gotten a sale on it, a digital coupon sale on the Nature Valley. So I'm checking my receipt. I'm looking. We had gone through the line, and I just was not paying attention, guys. I was not paying attention. And I'm using this as an example, okay? If they can get me, they can get anybody, okay? So I'm at Kroger. We go through the line. We had gotten a bunch of random stuff. I had a lot of digital coupons, a lot of things. We saved a lot. You know, we wanted to get the $10 off $75 deal, which we did. But at the end there, I'm looking through everything, and my math is impeccable, guys. I know numbers. I'm like Rain Man. I mean, I can do numbers like instantly. You know, it's how I grew up. You know, it's how I grew up. I have a bit of an eidetic memory too, so that helps. But it was just crazy. I knew right away. I was like, this price is wrong. I had all this stuff up in my head as I go along. Something is wrong. And I'm looking and looking, and I saw they took off the digital coupon for the Nature Valley, but they didn't take off the buy 3, save $2 deal. And I'm thinking to myself, what happened here? And I told Jess, I said, just stand here for a second. I'm going to go look and make sure that that was on that deal. I go back, and sure enough, right there at the bottom, right, it's the only two that are not on that sale. But everything's red. All the color codes are red for that buy 3 or more, save $2 each deal. And then they have in that little spot these two that aren't. And I'm not saying that this is trickery, okay, which it still is a little bit. But it's my fault. It's my fault. I slipped up. I missed it, and I'm using this story as a training exercise for you and me. I go and I'm like, nope, we're not doing this. Went up to customer service, and the line was as long as you can imagine. I mean, it was ridiculous, and there were, you know, It's hard for me, for someone who this is what I do every day. I couldn't believe that I got duped. I got duped. I did. If I'd have been by myself, and again, I'm not blaming Jess or anybody. This was my fault. My fault. Full responsibility. But for someone that does this every day, I couldn't believe that they had tricked me, or that I had tricked myself, right? And this is what I'm saying. We've gotten a lot of comments, like especially with that Folgers thing, and this is why I talk about that a lot, because we have a lot of viewers on the channel here who have bought the decaf from Kroger and then take it back because it's not included on the digital coupon. I think that's terrible. That's terrible. And the thing is that, yeah, they don't have the sticker there, right? But I still feel like that is still part of the game. That is still part of the plan. You know, a lot of people have to drink decaf. A lot of people like Folgers decaf. They just remember, Kroger never puts it on sale. It is never on sale, ever. Unless they're doing like some special decaf sale, that's the only time you'll ever see it. Oh, that coffee's good. Get me through this video. But yeah, you know, it happens to everyone, guys. And I wanted to get through this story because it really, really bothered me. And I ended up biting the bullet on that, you know, because it was like, I'm not standing in line here. I'm not going to tell Jessica we need to, even though she wanted me to. She said, no, take them back. That's ridiculous. We're not going to spend this extra money on it. And I just thought to myself, no, I'm going to use this as a teaching, as a training exercise, right? For going into the stores. And basically, to always pay attention. Always pay attention, because one little slip up is going to cost you $5, $10, maybe $20. Right, and then something, we could have waited in customer service. We could have done all that, but at that point, I thought in my head, maybe I'll make a video out of this, so that people, when you're at the store, you'll be able to realize that, okay, really pay attention to everything. Pay attention to everything, because that little screw up, it makes me wonder how many people are actually doing this all the time. We always get people on the channel who don't use digital coupons, who don't take part in the buy 5 or buy 3 or whatever it is. And I understand it's a headache. But when you add up just three items, I would have saved $8. I would have saved $8. So I basically spent $8 to make this a teachable lesson for everybody going in the grocery stores. But anyway, that was my little story on that. But back to the manufacturers and stuff like this, we're going to really start paying attention, because what they're doing, they're filling this up to the weight, guys. That's probably why they made this 14.5 ounces, because the water weight was not equaling out to how much chicken they were taking out of the can, right? So, I don't know. The biggest one lately has been canned fruits and canned vegetables. I have seen a couple comments where people were talking about Aldi canned fruits. I can attest to that myself. I've gotten a couple of different Happy Harvest canned fruits. One of them I did not care for at all, which was the pineapple. And then another one we had got, it was like half water. It was half water. And I'm just thinking to myself, a lot of beans, a lot of store brand beans are like this too. I will say the Meyer brand beans and Kroger seemed like they were okay the last time I bought them. Now, it's been a little while. Don't know too much about Bush's, but I did pick up a can of Bush's today at Meyer, which that video will come out tomorrow morning. We already did the Meyer. I'm still working on editing that, but I wanted to put this video out here tonight because this is something we got to be aware of. Any kind of information that I'm ever going to get out here on ways that we can save money and ways that you don't waste your money. This is wasting money. This is wasting money. It's not even that good anymore. And I don't know. I'm basing that on one can that I had. But I can tell. Listen to that. That's all water in there, guys. I don't know. I don't know. It's frustrating. But at the same time, we are constantly learning. We are learning of what things to buy, what things not to buy, and how much we're going to spend to buy them. Right? You know, all these vegetables, canned vegetables, just went up to 64 cents a can. Is it still worth it? Well, not if they're raising it 64 cents a can and cutting it a third with water. right? I mean, if they're cutting a third of the vegetables that they normally have in there with water, then yeah, of course it's not worth it. And of course they're not going to tell you this stuff. But in my opinion, isn't this bad business? Isn't this bad business? Whoa, this thing just brightened up here. I don't know what happened. There we go. Huh, it's alive. That's the artificial intelligence controlling my light for the video here. It's just, you know, these things we're going to have to pay attention to. So we are, in a way, relying on a lot of your guys' reports, right? Let us know which products you have used, which brand, if you can, what beans have more water in them than not. This is something that has been discussed a lot on the channel here. So I found that is a time that we need to start talking about it. Also, let me say here, I put out a video yesterday that a lot of you have probably watched this morning. Now, I don't know what's going on, and it may be the discussion that I'm talking about in that video. I don't know, but for whatever reason, it's not getting the traction that it should have for what we're talking about. And I don't know. I don't know if the YouTube algorithm just didn't pick up on it. I feel like it's a very important video. So if you want to watch that video, I won't even discuss it in this video because it seems like I had to change a couple things, I think, like with the title. I don't know if it was too dark or something. I don't really know, but it seems like a lot of people were missing out on it. So I will put that video in one of the windows here so that you can watch that after this video. But anyway, that's all I have to say really on this matter today. We will update with a lot of different reports that we get from you guys to let us know what products are worth buying anymore. And I don't know. Is this worth $1? In the grand scheme of things, probably, you know, but I mean, it's not like, this ain't like the healthy choice where like the broth is terrible or anything. Excuse me. But there's not a lot of food in here. You know, there's not a lot of chicken anymore. I noticed mostly with this, I noticed there wasn't hardly any carrot. It was like 1 carrot. I'm like, really? And then I didn't notice any celery. It was mostly broth. So yeah, if that's what you're paying for, it's definitely not worth it. But at the same time, we need to find out what products are doing this. We know they're doing this with a lot of tuna products, right? We know these are shrinking on the inside without you even knowing about it. A lot of people have been saying that too. A lot of people have been saying cans of tuna. I noticed one. It's been a long time. I don't eat much tuna, but I know we get a lot of comments on it, so I pointed out. I noticed a while back when I had a can of Starkist tuna, it was like barely any in there, and I'm like, what the heck is this? But anyway, that's all I have for tonight's rant. Thank you for watching this morning. Also, yeah, I was surprised that video, I feel like a lot of people aren't seeing it. So, if you're watching this video, make sure that you click the notification bell, because if you click the notification bell and click all, you will see notifications every time we post a video. So we want to make sure that you are being notified with all of this important information. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check that video out over here. I feel it's very important. We need to discuss. Guys, thank you so much. Have a great night.